Parents and students are protesting the closure of a charter school in the district. The board of directors will announce tomorrow that Monument Academy in Northeast is closing its doors. The school has gained national acclaim for its approach in teaching students with extensive learning and emotional needs. But the Washington Post reports there are serious concerns about student safety at Monument. Since the start of the year, there have been more than 1,800 incidents, including bullying, physical altercations, and sexual assault reported on campus. Monument Academy will join a growing list of charter schools to be shut down in D.C. As we first reported last week, National Collegiate Prep is also on the way out, set to close by the end of the 2021 school year. A recent WUSA 9 investigation found that over the past 10 years, more than 1 out of 4 D.C. charter schools has been forced to close for financial problems or failing to meet academic standards. That's 43 schools and counting, forcing more than 11,000 students to find a new school.